All right. Thanks for joining again, guys. Winning with blends. Of course, Justin Blends, we're back at it. Today, guys, let's have some fun. What we're going to do today is dive into some simple production techniques. And what I mean more specifically is we're going to get into creating a basic beat. Simple. Just creating a basic beat. We've already touched on creating basic patterns. We've already touched on synthesis. We did some pretty advanced synthesis in one of the earlier videos, so I would definitely recommend you check that one out. That video, guys, we went really deep, and today we're going to use actually some of those techniques. So why not dive in? Okay, so what we have right here is a completely blank session. Like there's nothing here, as you see, right? But we're about to do it. So what I would say some of the main functions or components of a beat you would need would be, I suppose, drums, maybe some bass, perhaps some type of lead, maybe a piano or synthesizer, trumpet, guitar, something like that. So why don't we look for some drums? And one of the best ways you can do it would be to go into the drums. In our last video, actually, if you take a look at the last video uploaded, you'll notice that we did a whole feature on the drums sampler, right? Now just known as drums. And we went in deep. And I didn't really talk about one of the functions called hold, but maybe we'll get into that today. But for now, what we'll do is use the slicer, okay? And this is probably the easiest way for some of us who may not be good at programming beats. I don't know, right? So let's go in here and find a drum beat. But what I'm going to do is make it a little more complicated. I may take a full drum pattern, or I may take bits of different drums like we've done in previous videos as well to create a drum pattern. So let's just start here and let's listen to these drum patterns. I love these, by the way. Okay, simple pattern. And let's see. Okay, I like A. And the beautiful thing is, now watch this. We're at 140. Listen to the tempo. Let's go slower. Slower still. Let's go to 80. Okay, let's do a slow one, right? Fairly slow. Okay, so we've got a basic drum pattern. All right, there we go. Now let's just get some type of bass. Now we can use transistor bass. We can use the 3x oscillator. Super Saw has basses, GMS has basses, Direct Wave Sampler has basses, Mini Synth has basses. They all have basses. So where do you want to go, guys? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go to Mini Synth and launch the bass. Let's see if we can find something that's crunchy in the face. All right. That's it right there. Simple. I'm not going to complicate this at all. Now we've got a bass. So what we're going to do, we're going to find something to complement the bass. So you guys heard that sound. Let's play a couple of notes. So here we go. Okay, you know what? We're going to record that. Huh, why don't we just record that right here? Lovely. Let's go. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to extend this, and what we'll do is just grab these little hooks, let's say, and extend it. Now we may not be perfectly on point. Of course, we can highlight everything and go to snap, or we can just click those notes manually, and of course, select or deselect the magnet or the snap option. But we've got this. Let's dive a little bit deeper. It's supposed to be basic, but just showing you the volume, and we'll leave it at that because we're trying to keep it super simple. Now you notice that we played a pattern, okay? All right. Okay. So we got the F sharp. Okay. We got the A sharp. Okay. We got the B sharp. So let's see if we can find something that's complementary. Let's do some type of super saw. So what we're looking for is some type of lead sound. At least, again, a basic beat is what we're looking for, right? So let's get some type of lead. And let's see what we have here. That's it. Here we go. guys, we're just going in right now, okay? Here we go. Okay, that's good enough for that. Okay. Basic beat. Here we go. So let's copy these. We could extend them, but let's just copy them because I don't like to loop too much. I personally prefer, if it's a drum loop, I personally prefer to do this and then maybe do this, and instead have each of these their own measures or their own pattern, so that I can possibly mute or delete one note here or there. So, but it won't affect the entire loop. So, for example, this one, that's one, and that's one. Okay, so sometimes it won't have this, right? Actually, let's undo that. And we're going to slowly arrange this instrumental that we've created so far. Let me paste this. And let's start without it, okay? And then we come into it. So I think this is a bit loud, this sound. And I think the bass is a bit loud too. Okay, now guys, look, I'm not kidding you. That's a basic beat right there. Basic beat. Drop these tracks with the flows, major heat. Could you ever take the streets without a plan? I don't recommend it. If you are a man or if you are an ant, it doesn't matter. You want to stay away from getting splattered. Bones shattered. I'm sorry, but it's true. You gotta prepare for the worst. What's next, dude? Let's see now what we can do to make it easier. If you want to check the notes on the scale, remember we hit an F sharp. That's it right there. F sharp with an F is an F sharp with the scale, the F major, F sharp major. Okay, so now what we have is something even simpler. You can't actually click the wrong buttons, guys. So it gets busy right now. Super simple right now. Let's try to find some new sounds. Please don't pipe down. Get loud, get excited, get bruised. Start fighting if that's how you like to mosh with the music. It's inviting you to get loose to it. Okay, so let's oh, I can't use that one. Let's try some other ones. Here we go. All right, we're gonna record that, guys. We're just gonna go in. Here we go. Let's go back to the top. Okay, and then we'll oops, I don't even remember the first note that I placed. That's the first note. Here we go. Let's do it. Basic beat time. That's not the pattern. It's close though. I went too emotional with it. Oops. I can't even remember the pattern anymore, guys. Don't laugh. Let's go. Yeah. Oh my gosh, was it? Let me just play it and stop messing around, all right? And if I mix it up, then it's fine. I missed one of the keys because I have the scales on, so I couldn't even press the key that I wanted to press because I missed it. But then, okay, let's go back from the top. Okay. Snap that to make it simpler for now. Okay, here I'll bring this part here. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Okay, so maybe not perfect, but let's go back actually, because let's see if we can actually tighten this up. We'll change the sound maybe. What was the pattern? Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling to find the pattern. that I originally had in mind. It's supposed to be simple though. Oopsie, last time. There we go. Should be like that right there. You're here. Oh, I was right this time. Boom. Okay, so there we have a sound and some new sounds. Guys, again, look, that's a basic pattern. I think it's simple enough. Now, if we wanted to dive a little deeper, significantly deeper, we could definitely do some EQing. We could definitely do some work here. So maybe I'll toss on some type of limiter or some type of compressor, super low, just try to capture a bit of that, whatever's coming through. Try to snag a little bit of it, turn this level down. Personally, turn this level down, turn off the auto gain, maybe drop the release, lower the, lower the hold, raise the attack. Just want to touch it, just grab a little bit of what's coming through, go to the, to like this, look, we've done this in many videos before, guys. We can, of course, add different effects, send them to auxiliary tracks. Let's go over here, send these to auxiliary tracks. So let's say we have two bass sounds, right? 1 and 2. No, actually, it should be this and this. These are two bass sounds right here. We could send them both. Let's go to send them both to the auxiliary 5, which is this one. So now both basses are coming through this particular channel, right? Both basses come through here, and then we could EQ this a little bit more, just do some parallel processing. But let's delete this one here. Okay. All right. Now, of course, we can dive in and do more mixing, more editing, more correcting, more inspecting, dive into the next thing. Man, let's go on. Okay, so you could dive in here. Of course, you can make your adjustments to your levels. You can pan left and right. You can do tons of panning and other functions within the modules, whether you're adding some, let's say for panning, maybe stereoizer, spacer, maybe comb filter. You can do some panning with the delay or maybe the reverb too, especially reverb 2. You can do some panning with this multi-effects, right? You can widen things out in ways with the chorus effect. There's so much we can do here. So, and of course we can dissect the drums much further, send individual sounds, maybe sometimes we duplicate this track and send each of the clips of the chops of the drums to different sound, to different outputs or channels. So maybe the snare drum sound, we want to increase the brightness, the excitement in it. Maybe the bass drum, we want to compress it, tighten it up, boost it up, maybe distort it, add some bass to it and such. And that's how you complete a mix to make it delish so it sticks. For those wishing that they knew, they can't resist, but they can. They just wished for the wrong thing. I'm gonna stop like Kong King. All right, I don't know what that means, but guys, look, thank you so much for checking this one out, of course. If you like the video, guys, like it, of course, click the button, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend all about what we're doing here, and let's all do what we can to win together. And thank you so much for joining. Let's drop this a bit, do a little bit of an outro. All right, guys, take it easy, all right? Thumbs up. Until next time, let's win together, all right?